have to move this up because I don't like that zoom. Okay. Let's see how this works. I'll lock this into place. Good morning, Aunt. How you doing? Oh, I'm doing really well. Did you get my message last night? It might have been this morning. I can't remember. It's been a busy morning. Perfect. Yeah, I just want to see you get back and doing it. I'm going to tell you that from personal experience because I really didn't get any like drawing done for a long time. This platform kind of opened me up to that again. So I've just been going hard every time I go on here because I miss it. It's a lot of fun being able to express yourself through art. But this is gonna be a fun one. I got about let's see. I have a little bit of time to knock some stuff out. For some reason my Wi-Fi is acting stupid. Okay, that's much better. Cool. All right. Yeah, so I wanted to see what I was doing. Okay, so yeah, I definitely want you to jump back into that. I'm just gonna go over some stuff that's been getting done lately, so that way you and anybody else that's on here can get that done. Okay, that's cool. And don't forget, anybody that does a purchase, you're gonna get one of those sketch cards as well. I'm gonna make them black and white, so you'll get a chance to pick in any of the 9 categories. Marble, unfortunately, is all out because I've exhausted marble, so we'll have some other stuff available. So when you're ready to go and do that, let me know. Okay, so I'm gonna go over the things that I have done, and then we'll get into the stuff that we got to get done today. Um, so this is Planet Hulk. So I did Planet Hulk with this particular Hulk. I took off the helmet, but this is a wraparound cover. So there's actually an arm, and then this is his big old axe. This will be finished in color. I have a client that asked for this back in November, and I finally was able to come up with something which I thought was really good. So I'm not going to deliver a product that I don't think is up to par. So this one finally got knocked out. I think it's fantastic. It looks great. It's going to look really good up on his collection. So that'll get done. Next, we have this nice little Rocksteady, and that is for the one and only Mr. Kendall. And I'm going to show you some of the other goodies because I got a lot. Okay, so that's Kendall's. This is going to be a piece I'm going to finish up for my buddy James. He's got a. This will be the second part of his set. The first one was a Spawn, and Spawn was driving a Toyota Tacoma, and because he's a big fan of Corvettes, now we have Spawn and Violator driving inside of this Corvette. So we kind of did it like a funkier hot rod style. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, you find your groove. This is another one of the pieces for Kindle. So he's got a whole turtle set that we're doing. I think it's going to end up being 8 books total. So we'll have Rocksteady and Bebop. So I just got to finish up Rocksteady. So you'll have Rocksteady and Bebop. Then we have Krang. And then we have Casey Jones, I believe a Shredder. Um, we've got a couple other people that are in there, but it's going to be a total of 8. Thank you. Now these are the ones that are going to custom. Now I've taken time to come up with something that's going to be unique on the rear of all of these books. So this is just unique to Customs books. So he's going to get 8 books total. Whoever ends up getting this is not only going to get this piece, he's going to eventually cut all of these to his liking. And then on the rear, you guys, whoever purchases this, will have a piece that's on the rear of these books. So we have Spider Woman, Lionel. Let's see, who else do we have? We have this one, which is probably my favorite of the set. We have Iron Man, Aquaman. Again, another one of my favorites. I always love drawing Transformers, so I love Starscream. He was fun, and he's got the Megatron gun too. This is very topical. I always tell everybody that when you see this one, this is going to be Scorpion. He will be premiering in the premiering in the suit in the next Spider-Man movie, which is kind of cool. Superman, again, he'll be popping up in the new Supergirl movie, so that's kind of cool. Breaking those chains. I think I might see if I can put like a green tint on these. That might be a little better just to kind of show what it is. And then ending off with Akuma from Street Fighter, and this is his symbol. That's from the original Street Fighter game. So that's all of those. So 8 books in total going to him, and we'll be doing some more collabs, and they're just going to keep on getting better and better as we go along. You know, that's the goal. You always want to just keep on improving. Do I not have anything in my shop? I don't see anything in my shop. That's weird. Okay, so let me move that. Let me fix that real fast. Because then I've been saying that I'm going to get these prints put in here, but I got to get those in there like immediately. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to blow them out all out. Do that. And add to all the shows. Okay. So we got a lot of stuff yesterday. We have a team up that we're going to be doing. This one's actually going to be Pokemon and Deadpool. Then we're going to be working on this one today. This is going to be a Spider-Man torn book. We're going to do another. This is one of the other turtle ones. So we have 4 turtle books that we're going to work on probably over the course of the next week. But I just got to get their mock-ups done, so that way I know what they look like. So we got a lot of that going on. But today, the focus is getting this Amazing Spider-Man done between now and the next 45 minutes. I have an idea of what I'm going to do. We're going to be working on a Miles Morales. And before I do that, let me talk to you about this. If you haven't jumped in on this one, you might want to do this one. So this is going to be going on Thursday, and every Thursday until Tink decides to take it down. But it's basically an artist raid. So we'll start off at one artist. The next artist will raid into the next, and the next artist will raid into the next one, and keep on going all the way until 11 o'clock. How you doing, Kev? So this is the lineup for this Thursday. Great artists on there, so please support them. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be on this one. It's going to be kind of cool because some of these people that are on here, I've never seen their stuff, so I'm really interested to see what they can do. And Tink has provided this outlet for a lot of us because she's got a lot more following than most people. So it'll just help network and people know more about what we're doing here. So definitely tune into that one. So that starts up at 11 o'clock and goes to 11 o'clock. So 12 hours. Okay. I will definitely check them out. Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what all of these people do. I probably follow about, I would say 60% of the people that are on there. But as soon as I see their work, I'm definitely going to jump on it. So that's dope. Again, thanks for the support. Yeah, your piece goes out. Let's see. That Ghost Rider piece goes out probably today. I'm just going to do a couple touch-ups on it, and then I'll send that one out. I just want to make sure it's 100% before I send it. But today, again, we are working on this Miles Morales. So I'm going to show you the mock-up, and then we're going to get to going on it. So this is the Miles Morales we're going to be working on today. Yeah, I think you're going to definitely like what you get. So I use my wife as kind of like as a marker. So if she gets kind of hyped about it, then I know I'm on the right track. What's up, Jeff? You came in at the right time. Getting ready to go ahead and knock down this Miles Morales really fast. Spider-Man tends to be a little bit easier of a character to draw because he doesn't have a lot of extras to him, so he's pretty easy to do. So we're gonna bang through this pretty fast. So again, this is Miles Morales. I tend to make my Spider-Men a little bit bigger. They're not like super big, but they have more muscle tone than the traditional Spider-Man would have. So you'll see beefier shoulders. Do I want to push that back? No, we're good. We're just going to have to move the arm up because this is going to be forced perspective. What's up, Crept? Good morning. So we're going to push that there. Actually, I may push this back because I don't like how that hand is coming out. Let's do that. Thank goodness for these rubber erasers. So we can go back to start up. And I'm going to have to put the arm in place first because that's going to throw me off if I don't do that. So let's put this here. All right. So it's a forced perspective on the arm. Kind of glad that this is going into the red because that's going to be red too, so it works out perfectly. Yeah, you guys are getting a good one today, so thanks for joining in. But yeah, on this channel, I mean, I'm going to try to help you out. So if you got any questions on anything that, character design, that book that you're getting, that book is probably one of the best breakdowns, especially for like characters, plot, perspective, character design. It covers all the major things that you need to get started, and then you can expand from there. I recommend that book to anybody. The book is fantastic. Yeah, you'll definitely get a lot out of that. Do I like that? Yeah, I'll just wrap the arm around the back. I'm not going to shortchange him. Yeah, I want to give a lot of space to this. Yeah, and I was talking to who was it the other day? Dude, I can't remember his name. Can't remember who it was. Somebody. Anyway, we were talking about this Todd McFarlane video. I think it's called "Making Lotus." I think that's the name of the video. I got my copy of it when I was at Walmart, back when Walmart was small, and they were still selling VHS tapes back in the early '90s. And Todd McFarlane was part of this series where he'd go to conventions, people would record what he's doing, and he was using it to promote his book. And this was really early on in the Spawn world. So to give you an idea, it was literally, what's up, Nick? Welcome to the stream. This was really early on when he was doing like Spawn. I think it was number 5. I think that was the number of book that he was referencing at the end of the video. So you can tell how long ago it was, because like I think in '92 is when the book came out. So seeing that was pretty neat. But the cool part about it was he was walking people through how he designs capes. And he uses a whole bunch of lines and layers the lines and then connects them at the very end to create this very epic looking movable cape. So I, to this day, I utilize that process in my mind. I don't always draw it the way that he does because I'm not trying to copy what he does, but I utilize that structure to create my work. This is one thing that I always do that I did take away from him. So you see this chest right here? So the chest actually makes a W. One thing that he showed in the video is like if you look at the chest, it kind of makes this W. So if you move the arm up, this W will shift up as well. Same thing on this side. So if you lift the arms up, it'll do that. So I have always, that part I've always kept of his. It's a good little technique that he showed earlier on, and I think it's fantastic. It has served me well over the many years I've utilized it, so I have no issues with what he did and how he describes it. It's fantastic. So there's that. Just keep you guys apprised of something. Not this Thursday, but the following Thursday. So I will be on the what is it on the artist raid that Thursday, which should be the I believe it's the 6th, May 6th. And on that raid, I on that day, it's a raid, but also I will have Kay. Kay will be on here with me as well, and we're gonna be doing a co-stream. So she'll be killing it on her side of things, and I'll be doing on mine. So, sup, John Hall. So I'm looking forward to that. That will be very cool. So we got a little bit of everybody coming through. I'm going to let her know that that's going to be on there because I don't want her getting surprised and being like, "What the hell? Why are we getting so many people?" I don't want her to be in shock like that. So she needs to know. And she's super talented, as everybody knows. She's got some skills, stuff that I don't do. So she's a phenomenal painter. Her line of work is really good. And something that she's doing to improve herself is that she's taking on like character work. Like she's actually doing characters. One thing that she'll mention, she's like, "I'm not really good at doing this." And surprisingly enough, she picks up very fast. But the one thing that she's really killing it on is these studies. So it's a color study and a character study and all this. So like she did one on Pokemon. She's done one on what else was the other one that she did? She just did Batman. She's currently, if not already done, she just did a Ninja Turtles one that was fucking amazing. So again, if you see her work, please support her. Another person that's on here that I really follow is Rob. Art by Rob. He's really dope. Rob for shop. Hello. So he's super talented. A lot of the people that I follow on here are old school artists, so they're from the like '90s. They're '90s kids and all that stuff. Some are early '80s, but if you see them on here, definitely follow them because they're rad people. Oh, I gotta get this on here because he is shooting out a web. I almost forgot about that part. What's up, AC Marie? How are you doing today? So we're trying to get this Spider-Man all done. We got about 30 minutes to get this done. We get as far as we can. The leg's falling asleep. That's not good. Okay. And yes, I am following my mock-up. So if anybody asks what the heck I'm doing, where is this coming from? There is a mock-up that I am following. I highly recommend it. Like if you can, draw up or sketch up your stuff either on like a Procreate or a piece of paper. Get it all together so that way people, so that way you're prepared. Don't come in there cold if you don't have to. Either plan or plan to fail. And I prefer to plan to win. So that's why I do these mock-ups. I found that doing that initial part is really good because it gets rid of all the what I consider like the wiggles part, the hardest part. A lot of times we get kind of stuck trying to figure out what we're doing, and this way it's all that part is done. All we got to just do now at this point is just execute. So like right now, I'm at the execution phase. Cool. Yeah, I'm finally getting through most of my backlog, which is good. Um, I have a Transformers piece or set that I'm doing, and I'm kind of turning it into like a Street Fighter scene. So there'll be two books put together, and it'll have like the power meters on there for the two Transformers, and it'll have them just fighting each other. One of them's punching, the other one's doing a defense move. It's going to be Blaster versus Soundwave, so that'll be fun. I'm looking forward to that. So that's my next big one that I'm going to do. So once that's done, I think that'll complete like the oldest books. But that's for a gentleman by the name of Mike. I'm hooking him up. He's been very patient. The first setup that I did not like. So I actually did a set or I did a piece for him months ago. But it again, I am not at a point in my life where I'm going to give you subpar work. I'm not going to chintz on work because I think that's a disservice. Why would I give you something that I don't like? I just won't do it. I'd rather just you not get it if that's the case. So that's where I'm at with my career in this world. All right, so we got that. So how do we get around and wrap this bad boy around? So what you want to do is you want to grab this guy in the middle, and this is what I recommend. I don't tell everybody to do this, but what you're going to do is you're going to open up the book ever so slightly. Don't flatten it. You just want to have it open, right? And then what you'll do is you're going to lightly go across the book like so. I gotta get his bicep in there, but this is where the planning comes into play. If you do not have the plan in place, you can really screw up a book like this. So don't do this unless you got a plan. So I'm coming in here. I already have I have my layout done. What I'm going to do, and I'm lightly going in here, holding that pencil back, so I'm not applying a lot of pressure on there. What's up, Joseph? Yeah, your stuff is done. I just got to send that out today. I was trying to get some shippers, but nobody had a shipper big enough for the stuff that you guys have. So I finally was able to get some. So I'll be sending that out today. I finally got those the other day. So yeah, I was kind of surprised. So every place that I went, they had the smaller ones, but you guys needed ones that would fit on 11 by 17. So I was like, okay, well, I can't send that out until I get that. And I'm not, and if I can get things on a deal, I'm going to. The ones that I was finding, like at Staples, they were damn near like $10 for the shippers. And I'm like, no, we're not doing that. So I surprisingly enough went off to Dollar Tree, found what I was looking for, and we are in good shape. So that's a note for anybody. If you need like to ship bigger things, like if you need one of those mailers, and you're gonna put cardboard in it, just go to Dollar Tree and get it from there. All right, so we're gonna put some Dollar Tree's got them for $1.25. Same shit that you'd buy over at Staples or anything like that. There we go. So we're not going too crazy. The Gundam Wolverine had to be put on hold, but he's about 40% of the way done. I had to put him on hold because I can take you guys first. That's a fun project. But I will be getting back to that soon enough. Yeah, I was just looking at that the other day. I'm like, damn, I need to finish that. That thing looks sick. Well, let me get it done and get the colors on it because I have some ideas for it because I'm only halfway through what I want to do. I envision like if you ever seen like Gundam Wing, that's what I want. I want those big old wings and some other armory on it, but I really want it to be specific to that piece. But what I'll do is as I get it done, Joseph, I'll send you some pictures of it so that way you can see it. Putting a lot more webbing in here than I thought I would, but that'll work. Okay, so I think we're good for Miles Morales' piece. So I think that looks good. You think? I think it's good. I think it looks really good. Yeah, so I'm trying. My goal is today I'm going to get through as much of Miles Morales as I can, and Morales. Got to get through as much of this, and then I have to head out because I have to teach my very last class for the semester, which makes me super duper happy. Um, what do you mean? Is this one going to be custom? I don't like how I don't have a good picture of a suit. Every suit that I see is a little different. They got one different on the video game versus the one on the movie. I gotta find the right one. I think I'm gonna use this one from the comics. I like that one. Yeah, I like that one. Oh no! This one, you know what? I don't know because this one is for this guy is for regenerative, so he might actually do this one on his own, which is cool because now I have enough negative space for him that he's able to do what he does. I would personally like to see him cut it up. All right. I have to figure out how to put in these red pieces. All right, so that's going to go there. And this will go down his chest into his belly like that. Yeah, did I show you the custom ones? I know Ant was in here when I was showing them originally, but I can show you the ones that are going to custom. Yeah, so right now, Custom and I are working on some really cool books. So he got 8. books from me. Definitely not that one. So this is one of Customs books. You got Spider-Woman. He has Lion-O, Iron Man, Aquaman, the one and only Starscream. Love it. Got Scorpion. Superman. Like I told earlier, I told Ant, I may turn these a little bit of green, like put it look like a green tint onto those chains. It's not something I typically do with these, but if I can mute it, it'll be looking really good. And Akuma. So he's got 8 covers just for him. And on the rear of those, they'll have special pieces on the back. So that'll be really cool. The other person that's really doing some cool things is Kindle. So not this one, but I'll show you this one anyway because this one's here. So we got that Planet Hulk, and that one's spoken for, so I can't sell that one. We have Krang. So this is Kindle's. Kindle's getting that Krang. This is the Bebop that I worked on a couple of weeks ago, but I wrapped this one up last Friday. And then we have Rocksteady. But this is a set of 8 that Kindle's doing. So it's a really cool set of pieces that I'm getting to do for him. Super duper stoked to do those. Yeah, I've been very, very blessed as of late to get to do some cool pieces for everybody, you included. What's up, JNS? How are you doing this morning? Yeah, I've been very blessed to be able to do some cool stuff. My pins are in 2. So now it's all about getting all the ink in. All right, so I'm using a 0.001. What's up, Michael? Yeah, so Joseph, are you gonna be part of Tink's little setup that she's got going one day? I mean, you might be in it. I have to review the listing. But Thursday she's doing that raid with a whole bunch of different artists for 12 hours straight. I'm so looking forward to that. It's gonna be incredible to see all the people. All right, so I got the eyes in there. I'm happy with that. So now we're gonna go to this webbing because the webbing's in front. Yeah, I think a lot of the artists I already follow, so I know their work. So I'll definitely enjoy it. Um, I just don't know what to expect from the others. I've heard that a lot of the other people that are on there are pretty dope as well, so that'll make it fun. I always like getting introduced to new people. See, Joe, so one of these days, what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to do like a trade because you have some stuff on your collection that I might have to snag. Thank you. Yeah, I was so sad because the other day I remember I was watching your show and I'm like, he has a blank absolute Batman. I can fucking slay that shit. The quickness. I can't afford it right now. Like everything I'm doing here is going towards my son. He is a very gifted dancer, so he is going to this place called Joffrey School of Dance in December. I know, and that's why I was like, I really would like that, but doing a trade is not going to work on that one. So I'm not going to even entertain that, give you that option. Yeah, so everything that I'm doing here definitely goes to him on for his dance, and I really want to kill it on here for him. And then eventually, I can kind of, start stashing away some of this, and I can start actually adding some stuff to my collection because there's a lot of stuff that I really want to get, and I'm going to have custom finally. I mean, he's going to be probably the first person I get some stuff from. There are other artists that I've already got my eye on that I want stuff from. So there's a dude named Brian on here that does some amazing Star Wars stuff, and I'm a huge Darth Maul fan. And he did one that's really cool. So I got to get him either to redo it and get me a copy of it, or have him do a unique one. And then Gabriel, he did a fantastic one, and I'll probably see if he can just remake that one that I saw. Fortunately, it went to auction, and the damn thing sold for an obnoxious amount of money, and I was not bidding on that. Just way out of my price range. So I'll get there. What's up, Nathan? Good morning. Good to see you the other day. Nice to meet your fiance. Oh, just working on this Miles Morales. That's the goal for the day. So I have about 15 minutes left to go ahead and get as much of this craziness that I'm working on done. Yeah, I know. And here's the thing, not that I don't want to get stuff from these artists, but the other part that I have to worry about is that for me, I love to display my art that I get, and I have limited space to display it. So I don't want to get art and not be able to display it. That's the hardest thing about it. So, like my comics, same thing. Like there's a bunch of comics that I have that I love that I would love to look at, but I don't have the space to have them where I want them. What's up, Poppin' Content? Welcome to the stream. Brewster, welcome. Um, there's a lot of things that I would love to display, but it's hard. It's very, very difficult. The last piece of artwork that I bought from one of my buddies, I still have. I have it sitting inside of a portfolio, and I bought it because one, he hadn't hit the mainstream yet, so now he's published. So if I want to buy something from him at this point, it's way more. So he used to do this thing where it was a print and a sketch. So you'd buy the print, and he gave you a sketch. It's like $45. I was like, I'm buying that. I'm done. What's up, Jerry? How you doing? So I bought it. I didn't even question it. I knocked it out. No issues. Now, if I wanted to go ahead and buy a print and sketch from, um, now if I want to buy a piece from him, it's going to be way, way more. Like his prints are insane. But I bought it from him. Hang on one second. All right. So I bought it from him because I really wanted to support what he did, but he also, I mean, he was red hot. I knew he was hot when he was doing his work early on, and I knew he was going to be a superstar. And he's an underrated superstar right now. People just don't get it. Like he is so smart in what he does, but he's so underrated at this point. But he did get the opportunity to work for Todd McFarlane, which was a huge thing for him because he'd always wanted to do that. And I mean, that's a big opportunity. So if you guys have ever seen Spawn Kills Every Spawn, Rob, or he calls himself Sketchcraft, that guy did that. That I've been following that dude since, you know, he did Game Fan magazine back in the day. But he's definitely one to check out. What's up, JLA Force? Welcome. Thanks for the wave. Sorry, I have to keep on going between my, keep on looking at my stuff for my reference. So for those of you that are just tuning in, I have a reference of a Miles Morales that I drew a couple days ago. Sent it off just to get the approval of Regenerative. He was like, cool. You want to see it all done? I don't think he knew my process at the point, but now he does. And he saw it and he was like, I don't know, which is fine because, you know, when you're not familiar with how people do things, that can throw people off a little bit. So I guess from the picture, you couldn't really tell it was a digital piece. So I was like, yeah, it is a digital piece. That piece was mocked up just for you, and that's just going to be your piece alone. And he's like, okay, cool. So let's see what it looks like when it's done. I'm like, okay, let's go. So now I'm in the process of knocking this bad boy out. I'm not looking at time wise. Okay, got 10 minutes. We're in good shape. I remember to bring my heat gun today. I got something I got to do today. All right. There we go. Looking good. So my preferred webbing, now you could do the easy webbing where it's just kind of like what they used to do back in, you know, before Todd McFarlane got to it and before like Mark Bigley and all them got into it. There was another gentleman that kind of refined it first and then Todd fixed it up after that. But the one thing that I can definitely give to like Todd McFarlane and artists before him is that the thing that he thought of was he wanted to give life to this very stiff piece of Peter Parker. That was the big thing. Like he wanted to give life to this and give it flow. So to do that, you know, you give this movement because it's organic, right? I mean, when you shoot something in the air, it has movement to it. And the same thing can be said like when he was doing like capes and stuff like that. Even when you do the chains have life that he has from Spawn, and chains in general just have life to them because when you move them, they flip around. Same thing can be done when you see who is it? Ghost Rider. Like when he throws out that chain. I mean, that thing's gonna be whipping around, and you want to show that it's got that movement in it. You can't do that if you don't, you know, take that time to put in those angles. And I think it's good for people to do that because that way they can kind of see, okay, see where this guy's going with this. Um, it looks really cool. It gives it some atmosphere. It adds to the quality of work. And if you really sit down and take the time to not just look at the story, but you look at the artwork, that's when you really see stuff really pop up. So I definitely take the time to make sure I'm really putting that into practice. All right, so my Miles Morales is going to have like this. I think I'm going to do red. So I'm going to have to find myself a red gel pen, or I think even better, what I'll do is I'll do it in white and then I'll go over it with red. That might be the better option to do. I think that's what I'm going to do for sure. I like that idea. I think that's a smart idea. Now, these webs, because they're going to be in front, they will be thicker. But as of right now, I just want to kind of put them in as a placeholder so that way I know exactly where they're going to be. Just a rule of thumb. This is going to be more like a grayish black versus like a straight on black. So I'm not going in completely with all of my. I will go in with some thicker blacks, but not like super black on that. Mainly because I really want to hone in and get some of those bits in there. So I think the gray is going to work out better than just a traditional black. I know he's supposed to be in black, but I'm going to change that up a little bit. Gummy erasers, guys, get these because you can mold them and you can kind of curve them to the way that you want, kind of like Play-Doh. So if you don't have one, get one. Invest. Okay, so I want to get that like that. Yep, we're good with that. Turn this bad boy around like so. So I'm a little sad this year. This is like I think it's the second year. Nope, second time that's happened. So this year, I will not be participating in Free Comic Book Day. So I got to figure out a way to make Free Comic Book Day a good day for myself because I'm a little sad. So maybe if you guys are interested, maybe instead of me going to a shop, because that's what I usually would do, I think if you guys are up for it, I think I'll do a Free Comic Book Day here on the stream. I really love to support my shops and whatnot. Um, oh, Nathan, you don't know about this? This is good news, man. All right, so let me give you the spiel. The the first Saturday in May, comic book shops around the world, I should say at this point, um, give away free comic books. And the whole premise behind it is that it was originally set up to promote reading and education through comics. And obviously by now it's turned into a thing where it's more about the money. But that's what people really wanted that to happen. They really wanted it to be a place where kids learned how to read. And a whole bunch of these comic companies were like, okay, so we're going to do this, but we're going to do it one day a year. So the first Saturday in May is Free Comic Book Day every year. Every year. And it's pretty awesome to watch how people, come out in droves and they will, most comic book shops are trying to unload a lot of their back stock. Or like my shops, they will promote like graphic novels or specific comics to get people involved in reading these books. You actually have a spot in Bureau. It's called Da Vinci's DreamWorks. It's in downtown Vero. It's run by my buddy Jason. He runs a really good shop. He's an actor and comic book shop owner, but really good guy. Knows his stuff. Been doing it for years. He actually used to live in this condo or like a loft, and he used to have his comic book shop there. He lived there. It was on the second story, and he did well. His comic book shop did good. So, unfortunately, the people there were like, "We're going to sell up the place where you're living. You got to go." So he ended up getting another spot. So it worked out for him for a while. But again, his shop did really really good. But the shops that I used to go to would be like Famous Faces and Funnies. Still have a really good relationship with them. They were the second people to let me really get my book going out there. They are a huge supporter of independent artists, not just myself, but a ton. Like if you got a book, they're like, yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll sell your book here and we'll get you going. But they really support independent artists. That's one of their big things. But they introduce you to multiple people. They read your stuff. They'll critique your work if you want them to. All their people are awesome. All right, so a couple of places that you can go to, and I would definitely recommend this. So, Da Vinci DreamWorks, that is in Vero, I believe. If you go on to 16th, I think it's 16th Street, just over the bridge. You can check them out. If the better shop, bigger shop, if you want to go there, is going to be um, Famous Faces and Funnies. That's in Melbourne. That's a big shop to go to. They've expanded over the years. They're massive. They actually are now inside of a mattress warehouse, an old mattress warehouse. So that place is just bonkers. If you wanted to go to another shop local, you can go to Berserk Comics, and that's Berzerk. So Berserk, that's actually here in Port St. Lucie. Just if you're going south, it'll be just past the bowling alley. Another place would be Big Dog Comics. That will be if you're going north, that one will be just past the Dunkin' Donuts on Midway Road. So those are usually some of the shops that I go to. So the owners there, you have Rick at Famous Faces in Melbourne. Jason is at Da Vinci's over in Vero. You have Big Dog, that is run by Joel Kilmer. Um, and then you have Berserk, that's owned by John. So there's a bunch of different places you can go to. And I would definitely tell you to do it. If you're looking to get into comics, also, you're getting new releases. Like right now, I'm looking only for one book, and it's called Street Fighter. And it's done by a guy named, I think his name is Mike Bowden. He's done a lot of works with like World of Warcraft and stuff like that. He's really cool. Yeah, but I would definitely recommend if you get a chance to go out there, it's fun. They make it fun. The one thing I will say, and I can say this to the shop that I usually am at for Free Comic Book Day, be that Melbourne. Um, they do, instead of just doing Free Comic Book Day, they call it Free Comic Book May. So throughout the month of May, they are doing promotions. So you can actually get incentives if you're there every week. So definitely check that out. It's really cool. But I think this year I'm going to probably have to do a stream. I did one a couple back when COVID was going on, and they shut down all the shops, and they wouldn't let people do that face to face. Yeah, yeah. I think I might set that up. I mean, I'm gonna still go out to the shop because I want to see what's up, but I definitely think I'm gonna do that. Yeah, usually Famous Faces is where I would go. Not that I have any issue with Berserk, because Berserk I'd prefer to go to because they're closer to me. But Berserk is very limited in space right now. They're growing, and I think once they grow bigger enough, when John gets a bigger spot and things become a lot more affordable for him, then we're going to see bigger things happen. So that being said, support your local comic book shops, please. Do not let them die. All right, so I think we're at a good spot where I am going to Do one more piece, and then I got to get on the road. So I'll be there early today. It's my last day of the semester. Hey, Nathan, just a heads up. I believe all your grades should be up and running by the end of the day. So you should know exactly what you got. But you should already know that by now because you got all that stuff in. All right. I think that's a good start. We're good. I think that looks good. Let me get a quick picture of this bad boy, and then we're going to call it. Where's my camera? Cool. Document scan. Let's turn this a little bit. There we go. Perfect. Nice little snag of that, and discard that. Take a snap of that. Cool. All right. I like it. All right. I'll double check and see what the zero's from. If people hadn't turned in certain things, even though they might have been on their portfolio, that's the only reason that they would have gotten the zero. So I'll double check and see what's up. I was marking any assignments that were not turned in. Do you know what it might have been from off the top of your head? Portfolio part 1. Okay. I'll double check it. Okay. I'll double check it. Check it today. Gotcha. Okay. I'll double check it. I'll see what's up. Thank you for letting me know because I don't want anybody to get incorrect stuff because something I did. Thank you for the heads up. I'll have to make that correction today. I'll definitely be doing that. All right. I'm going to be done noodling with this guy because I will keep going. All right, guys. I will talk to you later. I'll be back up on here Thursday. So I'll see you guys Thursday. Have yourselves a great and blessed day. And I will talk to you later. Have a good one. Bye bye.